Alright guys, BLM here, back with more AC3. It's been like an hour since I last recorded. I forgot about something that I had to do, but I did it. So I have about 2 hours until I have to go to class. So, yeah, we're gonna continue on here. We're actually gonna do some main story missions for first time in a little while. So let's go.
Sam. We need to act, and I'm talking about more than a sternly
Alright, let's do it.
worded
Let's start
letter.
sequence
I
6.
sympathize.
So this opens up the liberation missions.
Connor, hello again. What brings you to Boston?
You.
Would you excuse us, fellows?
I love how it feels like it's been so long since we talked to Sam Adams, yet within,
Thank
like,
you.
it actually hasn't been that long.
Conversation was about to turn out pleasant.
It's been like, what, 2 missions?
Now,
2 main story
What
missions?
can I do for you?
I was hoping you could help me locate William Johnson.
Of course. I'm headed to a meeting with some men who should be able to help. Why don't you come along? It's good to see the people finally taking a
No.
stand.
Okay, fuck. Damn it. I want to see if I can get the almanac page, but no. Cool. That failed.
Thank you. That conversation was
All right,
about to
whatever.
turn out
Either way.
pleasant. Now, what can I do for you?
I was hoping you could help me locate William Johnson.
Of course. I'm headed to a meeting with some men who should be able to help. Why don't you come along? It's good to see the people finally taking a stand against injustice.
Says the man who owns a slave.
Ooh, sorry? I practice what I preach, my friend. She's not a slave, but a freed woman, at least on paper. Men's minds are not so easily turned. It's a tragedy that for all our progress, still we cling to such barbarism.
Then speak out against it.
We must focus first on defending our rights. When this is done, we'll have the luxury of addressing these other matters.
You speak as though your condition is equal to that of the slaves. It is not.
Tell that to my neighbor who was compelled to quarter British troops, or to my friend whose store was closed because he displeased the crown. The people here are no freer than Surrey.
You offer excuses instead of solutions. All people should be equal, and not in turns.
Its in turns are not at all. We must compromise, Connor, however painful that may be.
Okay.
Hey! It's my home, no matter what you tease.
Stefan Chaffeau here, who was on my last season of The Brant Steel that I recorded. That isn't up on my other channel yet. But he's on season 6, and yeah, had a disappointing run for Stefan Chaffeau.
I trust the mounting evidence is proof enough, Connor.
Continue on. I shall meet you at our destination.
Okay.
Could use some support. Come on, you lobster man!
Hi. Okay, cool. I hate this mission though. It's really fucking dumb. Or to escort him around and
I dare the governor
he's just beating up random people.
You all right?
It seems like this are a bit too
Fine.
bright.
It's not my first dance. For all their teeth and claws, these little foxes, they fight like puppies.
I don't know, lighting during the cutscenes are strange sometimes.
Thank you, my friend.
See, at least, again, Connor's,
I'm expected somewhere else.
like, again, like, you can tell it's less detailed than the original, but at least it's not that bad. Like, it's not as bad as Hatham. Like, Hatham is terrible as character model. I mean, the thing is, I think Connor's is just as bad, but here, obviously, he wears his hood. So it's like you see less of his face, so you're not as disturbed by a lot of the shit that fucking you see when you're playing as Hatham. Where, like, Hatham, like, doesn't wear his hat usually during the cutscenes. So, like, here it's not as bad, but with Hatham, it's, like, abysmal. Oh, do we... Oh, we have liberation missions already. Okay. I thought we had to wait until this mission was done before we had them. I guess not.
Father Patrick asks all able-bodied men to give an hour of their
Okay. Ah, shit. This is gonna be ridiculous if we don't get detected. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind. We did get detected. Cool. that was a mistake. Ah, shit. Cool. Oh, should we do that? Fuck it, I'll sit. Ah, fuck. Lost the full sim. Got a trophy. I don't know what for, but... Fuck. Cool, I'm level 3 now. I think this is the first time I've been level 3 in the entire game, I think. Ah shit, the captain, you know. Damn it. I think the captains are obviously the toughest NPCs. Ah. There we go. I kept on hitting the wrong button. What you're supposed to do is counter, then break defense, and then attack. I kept on like accidentally attacking, then break defense. Oh, there we go.
Connor, I'd like you to meet some like-minded friends. The owner of this fine establishment, William Molyneux, and the manager and chef of his newest venture, Stéphane Chaffeau.
Ah, Connor and I just had a ball with some red coats enforcing some taxmen outside my home.
The collector's
I love how he's like not surprised. I love how he's just like, oh yeah, that's
Something
Connor.
we
Yeah,
must
that guy I
address,
met one
Samuel.
time, just like
Then
2
let
seconds
us
ago.
raise a banner. Something to let the people know that they are not alone. The docks are an angry place of late. Protesters picketing the latest shipments of British tea. The eyes of the city are upon that stage.
See, this is something I don't love about AC3 is that they keep on shoehorning Connor into a lot of these
One of his men
big,
tried to sell me this.
big moments.
A sample
I mean, like,
of
I
what
think the Tea Party
refused,
here is not
but
bad.
it's from
Again, the
those
Paul
ships.
Revere thing
No
is terrible,
mistaking
and then a lot of the
sample.
battles that we're gonna
He's
have to
charging
do
a king's ransom.
soon
Must
are
be he's
pretty
making
bad
a
as
mint
well.
of those who buy it. Where is he now? I've never met the man.
May I ask why you seek him, Connor?
He intends to purchase the land upon
Yeah, I think
which
this is
my
one of the
village
better
stands,
implementations
without
of like
the
this
consent of my
historic
people.
events or stuff.
No doubt the revenue
But
from his little
it's usually pretty
smuggling
bad in this
endeavor is
game.
financing the
I mean, that's why I like
acquisition.
Unity's. Like the way Unity uses the French Revolution. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not. They don't utilize it enough, I guess, according to people. But I like the way that they utilize the French Revolution
Stage
in
requires a spectacle, and I may know
Unity
the
because it's
play.
more of a background. I mean, you still see certain events. You still see the execution of King Louis. You still see
Connor, head back to the
like
docks
the
and see to the destruction
rest
of the
of
tea. If you should need us, return here.
yeah, yeah. You still see the arrest of Robespierre, and you still see like some major events, but they're not. And the Bastille attack, you're there at that point, but it's like it's not like this where they shoehorn them in for like no fucking reason.
Come on, mate.
I forgot about this actually. Yeah, I love like the non-plus sort of thing there from him. Well, shit, we need lower notoriety, or else we're kind of fucked. Where's their thing? Liberation. Alright, so those are liberation missions. There are posters in this game too, right? I haven't seen any. Firearm use. It's like I don't use them anyway. Okay. Fuck. Of course. Of course I can't bribe him when I'm detected. Wait, who's after me? Oh, there it is. I love this sword though. Yeah, I've never used this sword because, again, this is a DLC thing that I never got. Shit. No, so close. God damn it. God damn it. See, that's what's annoying about this game with notoriety. It's like, it's such a pain to fucking get rid of it. Thank God, like, most games don't even do notoriety nowadays. I mean, obviously AC Origins and Odyssey don't. I mean, actually, technically, Odyssey doesn't bother with notoriety, and it's annoying in that too. The mercenary stuff. But, well, Origins doesn't bother with notoriety. Black Flag doesn't bother. Which, again, in Black Flag originally would have been ridiculous anyway. I think that, like, I'm pretty sure they've said that. That's why it wasn't. Okay, you know what? Let's just die. Can we die and then can our notoriety be reset? I'm kind of okay. Like, I'll be okay if that happens. Cool. Yeah, I think that's something that would have been ridiculous in Black Flag, obviously, because, like, you're a pirate. You're being hunted down anyway. Oh, thank God. It actually does work that way. Cool. So yeah, let's do liberation missions. Everyone's favorites. Yeah, if you don't know what liberation missions are, they're just like kind of dumb, like little missions like this that, it's essentially like, what's a good example? They're just like short missions that lower, like the Templars' control on this area, or I guess technically it would be not the Templars, what are they called? The British. I can't think of what the fuck they're called. Whatever. Fuck off. Why didn't that work? Something I realized, we haven't had any real issues with the controls so far since I reset the game here. So that's something. I've been having issues all day with the, fuck, I'm really level 2 already? Alright, let's try to go to that town crier. No, never mind. Having issues now. Never mind about that. But it's like, once you get to level 3, it's like you're kind of fucked. In terms of notoriety. How much money do we have to spend? Oh, we have 21,000? I didn't realize we had that much. Okay. But essentially these, these liberation missions allow you to take control of the areas. And there's 3 of them, right? Actually, I guess it does say Templar control. And each one also gives you a new assassin recruit. That's how they work in this game. It's not like the other Assassin's Creed games where, yeah, it's not like the other Assassin's Creed games where you could just, you had like 12, I think, spots, and you could just recruit people whenever. You can save them from guards at any point, just add more recruits. In this game, it's through the liberation missions. Let's actually go for this. Let's actually tag it, because again, like, as I said earlier, if you don't tag it, you can't even fucking see where the fuck the page is. Wait, what? Why is it going that way? Again, this game is so bad for free running. Like, it's so fucking bad. Like, I should say the level design is... What the fuck? Why can't we climb that? That's... No, fuck. Okay. No, we're done. It's like, what's the point? I guess we'll go to the docks. Let's do the mission. Why not? Okay. I never loved this mission, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, there's certainly worse missions in Assassin's Creed than this. Okay, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I was that close. I'm trying to think, like, what other game has a system like this? Like, because I know there is one. I just can't think of it for some reason. Where, like, you, like, slowly lower... Oh, fuck, Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey does the same thing. When you, it's like when you're lowering the nation power. That's what this is like. Like the nation power in Odyssey, where like you kill guards and it lowers. Then there's the nation power. You like you burn the supplies and all that sort of stuff. That's pretty much what liberation missions are. And obviously this was done before Odyssey. It's so strange too, AC3 development when you think about it. Considering AC3, if you don't know, it was they pretty much built a team solely to build AC3, and then that team never built another Assassin's Creed game afterwards. Like, it's really strange. I mean, obviously AC3 was looked at as pretty much a failure from a game design and production standpoint. Obviously, it made a whole bunch of money. It's actually the best-selling Assassin's Creed game ever. Oh, do we not have any guns? Shit. I mean, you can ignite it, but I don't want to. Alright, I guess we will. Yeah, I think AC3, I mean, the thing about AC3 that's so tough is that I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves from certain people, but I think it gets so much more love than it deserves from other people. Like, especially with this remaster, I feel like from a gameplay perspective, I think the game is a lot better. Like, I think this is actually, like, a good game now, from a gameplay perspective. The problem is that its narrative is completely fucked, and, that's something they can't really fix with this remaster, and they haven't, I'm assuming. I don't know why I even bothered to do this, considering I don't have any ammunition. Cool. So now the game forces you to do liberation missions. Which is not bad. I mean, it doesn't make you do that many. I think it only makes you do 1 or 2. But still. Where are we at? Alright. Almost 20 minutes in. Goddamn. Yeah, I'm interested in replaying 3 at some point. To get a speed run sort of time for it. Not speed run, but like a time, like how long the actual base game is. Because, like, I've done it with every other Assassin's Creed game on the channel. Where, like, I did it as quickly as possible. So I would like to do the same thing with 3. Like, do it as quickly as possible, but still play the game. Like, not, like, skip cutscenes and all that sort of stuff. Like, while still, like, enjoying the game. Like, I wonder how long it'll be. I'm assuming it'll be around 10 hours. I think the sequences in this game take about an hour long to finish, if I remember right. So I mean, there's 12 of them, and technically 13 if you want to include the epilogue. But then again, I think like sequence 12 is pretty short, and cool. Oh, fuck off. Just imagine that. You run past a guy and he just fucking stabs you in the fucking face like that. I love how Connor barely gets hurt by that too. Oh, I pushed one button. Keep fucking parrying is even a thing. Wait, why the fuck can't I attack? Well, it wouldn't let me attack there, I don't know why. That wasn't too bad. That was only like, what, 100? I think. Okay, so I guess the main mission's there. Let's try to get this. Let's try to get that for a second, and
Lest they pay 1 shilling in lawful money.
But yeah, I think AC3 is underrated in certain points. I think AC3 is overrated in many other points. Like, I think it matters who you talk to. It seems like AC3 to me, from what I've seen, is like very much a hit or miss. Like, it's one people's favorites or one people's least favorites. And for me, it's like, I mean, like, I would say it's closer to one of my least favorites, but it's still not bad. Like, and the writing is appalling at points. Okay, please. I can't even see where this is. Like, I literally can't even see the page. Like, I'm just following on the mini-map. I don't even see it. And it's not even here anymore, so. Where the fuck is the page? Again, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, where the fuck is it? Okay, cool, it's gone. Well, we'll do the main mission. Because again, I think people overrate its story. I mean, a lot of the people that love AC3, like, really overrate its story. And I think a lot of these people just don't understand, like, writing. I mean, like, really, I mean, I don't know how you can say AC3 has a good story. Or has good writing, I should say. I think the story itself is fine. I think the writing of the story is fundamentally flawed.
Who cares? I've been robbed.
Okay, this is dumb.
Where are you going?
Mind you, it's not the worst in the series, but it's pretty low. I mean, again, I think Rogue is worse, and I think, like, this is a dumb mission. I fucking hate this mission. This is the one I was talking about earlier. This guy's gonna attack, so I might as well kill him now. I already did it. I'm trying to think. Okay, wait. Let's go through the Assassin's Creed games and talk about the narratives. Like, just I've done this in the past. I'll probably do a YouTube channel on this, a YouTube video on this at some point. But again, AC1 is pretty good. AC2 is better than 1. Brotherhood is worse than those two in terms, again, just in terms of the main narrative of the game. I think Brotherhood's the worst to that point. Revelations is probably the best. And the tough thing I have with Revelations is the fact that without 2 and Brotherhood, it's not nearly as good. Like, as a narrative on its own, it's fine. But when you take into account 2 and I have to kill these guys, by the way. When you take into account 2 and Brotherhood, then yeah, it's much better. frame rate. But
It's time to fight!
I think 3's the worst. After that, I mean, like, Revelations. I think I would put it in number 1. But if we're taking out to like as a narrative on its own, though, I think it's below 1 or below 2, and then I think it's comparable with 1. To be honest, I think 1 and Revelations have a lot of the same themes. Obviously, I mean, there's also Altair in both of them, so that's something. But I think a lot of them like really portray the grayness. Not though. I think 1 does a much better job at portraying the grayness of the like philosophy of this series, but it's still like good in Revelations. Because I mean, like, Revelations still shows Ezio as the good guy and everyone else is the bad guy, but at least in Revelations, it also gives you the perspective of Ahmet. So like, while Ahmet isn't the greatest villain, like, he's not the most interesting villain in the world, it's like, at least to give you his perspective, though. And similar with Germain. I feel like Germain and Ahmet are very similar villains, though I feel like Germain is given more to do than Ahmet. But even then, I don't think Germain's that good either. I think he's fine. Oh, damn it. I was trying to double assassinate.
There is a way to fight injustice, but this is not it.
Yeah, like, I love how, like, Connor is the one that has the fucking calm Stefan down here. It's like when usually Connor is the one being told to do things, like, differently. Yeah, like here, Connor's telling Stefan to do things differently. Obviously Connor is a pretty good... Like, Connor obviously becomes the mentor of the assassins after Achilles dies. Actually, does he become the mentor right away, though? Actually, I don't know when he becomes the mentor, but he does eventually become the mentor. By the way, like, I mean, I think this game does show that he can be a competent mentor. The problem is that there's also points where he's very bad. And it doesn't really show his development that well. Really, I don't even know if it really shows his development at all. Outside of, like, probably the homestead missions and then, like, this. This one mission. It's like in the middle of the story before most of his development's supposed to even happen. Okay. So yeah, I don't like how they, like, again, they kept this the same. They didn't bother to change the menu for that, but I guess it's fine. Because, I mean, it's not, you're not going to be changing that in the middle of combat too often, unlike weapons, so it makes more sense.
By decree of the British Parliament or not. British Parliament?
I work for William Johnson. Johnson?
And his suffering cleanly.
I don't know why I always found that funny.
The people seem to have an ear for you. What are the things you lost?
The people listen to me only because I spoke the truth loud enough, which is worth 1,000 times the content of my footlocker. The English, they can keep my things.
You did well tonight.
I said I'd buy you an ale when you first helped me. In place of drink, I offer you my allegiance. For what it's worth.
Here we go.
Your aid is welcome, and I am grateful.
He's the only assassin recruit that we pick up during the main story. Obviously we're going to recruit the other ones, but he's the only one that actually shows up through the main story. That, and also we need to level him up. We don't need to, but I want to. There is a trophy for it, so... Shit. Which, to level them up in this game, the only way to do it is really just to use them over and over again. But there we go, we got an assassin recruit now. Which, again, the annoying thing about this game is that they only stay within the city. So, like, in Boston, you can only use Stefan in Boston, and then the other two that we will pick up through this, you can only use them in Boston. And then, the other one, was in New York. in New York. It's kind of a similar thing, where you can only use the ones in New York in New York. So, and you can't use them at all on the frontier, I don't believe. Should we end the episode? Yeah, we'll end the episode. Next episode, I don't even think we're going to do main story stuff. I think we're going to go back to doing, like liberation missions and open world stuff, because we have liberation missions now. But for now, thank you for watching.